Harper One and HarperAudio present The 5 Resets. Rewire your brain and body for less stress and more resilience. By Aditi Nerurkar, MD. This is the author. These narratives have been written to reflect common patterns and themes I've seen in my clinical practice over the past 2 decades and in my interactions with thousands of patients. No actual person is represented by them or by the names or clinical conditions used. Any similarity to an actual person or a conversation with an actual person is a reflection of these frequent patient concerns. Quotations are paraphrased so as to convey my overall breadth of experience. The content of this book is provided for informational purposes and does not establish a doctor-patient relationship. It may not be used for diagnosis and is not a substitute for advice, diagnosis, or treatment with a licensed physician or mental health care professional. The author and publisher do not assume responsibility for how the reader may choose to apply the information provided. References do not constitute an endorsement of any author, book, website, or other source material. Websites may change over time. To Mac and Zoe, My Resets. Introduction. One night in May, I got a call from my invincible, longtime friend Liz. She was in a panic. "I'm not sure what's going on with me," she confided. "I've completely lost my motivation to work out." Now, for most of us, a resistance to exercise is everyday life. But for my friend Liz, it was a true reckoning. Since the first day I met her, more than 25 years ago, she's jumped out of bed every day at 5:30 a.m. to exercise. She's run ultramarathons, done Ironmans, and climbed literal mountains. She exercised her way through graduate school, a 12-year marriage, and 2 pregnancies. She's like a Marvel Comics superhero. Liz's superpower has always been her insane physical prowess. So when she called me that night saying she hadn't exercised in 6 months, my antenna went up. "It's not like I lie on the couch all day and mope," Liz told me. "So it's definitely not burnout. You know me, I'm resilient." I stayed quiet and listened, but as a Harvard-trained doctor with an expertise in stress and burnout, I recognized what I call the resilience myth, the idea that putting your head down and powering through rough times is what resilience is all about. See Chapter 1. I could hear the familiar voice of the resilience myth when Liz said, "I'm working constantly. My mind never shuts off, but I can't shake the feeling of being really depleted. Every morning, I hit snooze on my alarm and don't exercise at all." She sounded more exhausted than I'd ever heard her. "What do you think is going on?" she asked. My diagnosis was pretty clear. "You have chronic stress and atypical burnout," I told her. Of course, she didn't believe me right away. It took another 20 minutes of my relaying the hard scientific data on stress and then having her answer some questions I often ask my patients so they can score their stress level from 1, low, to 20, high. See Chapter 1. Despite her history of invincibility, Liz's stress was definitely in the high range. Together, her 3 symptoms, an inability to unplug from work, feeling depleted, and a stark change from her usual exercise habit, pointed to the picture of chronic stress and burnout. By the end of our conversation, she was convinced. "How do I fix this?" Liz asked me. "Nothing I'm doing is working." My suggestion was a regimen of some simple...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?